This story is so insane that if you don't believe me, I honestly don't blame you. Someone who is not me has been trying to file for divorce on my behalf. I know this because they've been filling out the paperwork incorrectly, and so it is being sent to my house. It happened in, I think, March and then in April. I guess they finally figured out how to properly file for divorce because now there's a legitimate case number at the courthouse under my name. They have been forging my signature, and I know who they are because their name is on the check that got sent to my house.
Yes, everyone. This video right here is a bit of, I guess, maybe retraction or correction, if you will. Now, a few days ago, I did a story about Lena the Plug and Adam22 splitting. Specifically, Lena the Plug had filed for divorce.
False accusation. And
well, now apparently via TMZ, and there's two videos I'm going to show you here because she addresses this twice. Apparently, the person that filed for divorce from Lena the Plug and Adam22 was not, I repeat, was not Lena the Plug. As she's saying right here. Now, a lot of people are alleging this was some kind of publicity stunt because not only is she now saying it's fake, but when it first got reported, Adam22 responded via his Instagram page, which I showed y'all via the thumbnail of the video I did a few days ago. He responded in kind as if he was getting divorced. So I don't know if this was some kind of publicity stunt and now she's, I guess maybe it didn't work out because allegedly they both have a podcast episode coming out and I think she got some content coming out as well. So some people are saying this was some kind of setup to get more promotion, more traction in the algorithm and, more publicity for their stuff to come out. I don't know how true that is, but in any case, we're going to listen to Lena the Plug explain that this divorce filing that everybody reported a few days ago was indeed fake. Before I do, if you're still here, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. If you want to further contribute to the channel, hit the join button down below to become a member of the Working Man Union. Hype this video up to help me out in the algorithm, everyone, please. And also hit the Cash App, $Mr. Normie. So let's listen to Lena the Plug explain to us how all of this was somehow not on her hands, that she has indeed not filed for divorce from her husband, Adam22.
Claiming that I want to be divorced. Now, this TMZ article came out, so I have to tell you guys about this. It claims that I filed for divorce on my birthday. On my birthday, I was on Rodeo with Adam and my daughter shopping for my birthday, not at the courthouse filing for divorce. This article also claims that I only get $3,000 a month in spousal support and that I have no access to any of our other finances, basically implying that Adam sends me out to work and then just hoards all of my money.
Which we know that was cap in the first place. And by the way, fair use to TMZ, I want to say that. And of course, the title of this video is Lena the Plug addressing reports that she filed for divorce from Adam22, saying that while a filing was made, it wasn't submitted by her. Now, we knew that whole financial bit was cap anyway, that, okay, well, you only get $3,000 from Adam and you don't make any more money. I mean, we already proved that with the OF and everything else that you do. You both got podcasts together. And of course, I'm sure you got other endorsements and things like that. So there's no way that that was real. So, but I mean, yeah.
Not true. We're both breadwinners, but I make more most of the time and I have access to all of my finances. So not true. I know that everyone out there was so hyped, everything that they've ever believed about us. They're like, yeah, we knew they weren't going to make it. They're divorcing.
And yes, I was one of those two. So I got to slap myself on the hand for that. Cause I was also like, man, this is where we all saw this coming, right? Apparently I was completely wrong. And I got to say that they are not getting divorced. I still see it on the horizon, but I mean, maybe not. They're both adult entertainers. They're both, into some wild stuff. So it might be a match made in heaven. I'm not sure. But as for now, we were wrong.
Not true. But what an insane story. How am I going to undo this? When I called the courthouse to be like, is there actually a case number under my name? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, so what do I do? They're like, wait, we don't know because you filed it. I'm like, but not me, this other person who I guess we can call a crazy psycho stalker fan, maybe. My theory is that they're talking to a catfish person who's pretending to be me and claiming that Adam does all this awful stuff to me, help me get out of it type thing, send me money, I need help. And so they're being duped by this person. This same person, because I know who they are, I know their name, had the cops come to my house 2 different times filing a wellness check. And
so apparently the person that has filed this false divorce, she knows exactly who it is because their identification was on some paperwork. She says a check that came to her house with the divorce filing. So apparently Lena the Plug knows who did this.
And I had to tell the cops, like, come in, I'm not being abused. So yeah, now I have to figure out what I'm gonna do to undo this because I did not file for divorce. It sounds made up, but it's not. Anyways, I'm sorry. I know you wanted it to be true so bad, internet, but it's not. 10 years strong. We're still going.
Now she says 10 years because apparently they met, I believe, in 2016 or something like that. So yeah, 2026, 10, 15, 16 years, whatever. But anyway, looks like she's also in the No Jumper studio. So there's that as well. So apparently there is a filing out there, but she did not file it. Now, this was via her Instagram page, this post right here from TMZ. Now, she actually speaks to TMZ specifically, and that is this post right here. Again, fair use to TMZ. The title of this video is Lena the Plug says she's still trying to track down the mystery man she believes fraudulently filed for divorce from Adam 22 on her behalf. Let's watch.
I truly believe that if this didn't happen to me, I wouldn't believe it. But I have a stack of papers right here from rejected court filings that ended up in my mailbox last month.
Well, that's more than a divorce filing. What are those?
What are the other things?
Summons. I think it's multiple failed divorce filings because there's multiple sets of checks that were sent.
Can you trace the checks to find out who wrote them?
I know who wrote them. I've done my own investigation. I figured out, what their Instagram is. I know what their Facebook account is.
Why are they doing it?
I have a couple theories, but my main one is that I believe they're being spoken to on an account that is using my imagery, but isn't me, and that person is getting money out of them by saying things like, Adam holds all the finances, so I don't actually have access to any of them, and I really need out of this relationship. He's abusing me because this person called multiple wellness checks to my house as well. So I believe in a way that they're a victim.
So you think they're being...
So there's some type of either A, stalker, or B, somebody that's using your name to get help for themselves, using you as some type of conduit for money or something. I mean, I don't know this. I mean, that story seems kind of far-fetched, you know what I mean? But anything's possible, I guess. Again, a lot of people say that this was some kind of publicity stunt to promote their own brand. And now that it's kind of, the bottom fell out of it, now Lena has to come out and says, no, wait a minute, we're not getting divorced. It was just somebody, filing in my name. Like, okay, that sounds just as ridiculous. Okay.
catfished by someone who is trying to get money out of them, and now this person is trying to be the hero and save you from Adam, which you don't need.
What I'm wondering is, what
That's
came
the
to
innocent
mind
version.
was that this could be a stalker or somebody who had an obsession with you or with Adam and was trying to break up the relationship so they'd have a path in.
That's the
I mean, that sounds more believable than saying, okay, well, somebody believes that you're being harmed some kind of way, so they're calling the police in your name and they're filing a divorce in your name to get you away from Adam, thinking that you're being harmed somehow by him. I mean, yeah.
other thing is, like, maybe this person is so upset by our lifestyle and by the fact that Adam allows me to have these marital relationships. So they want to free me from him by filing for this divorce.
I mean, the first version you said is kind of innocent. Like you said, this person would be a victim. But I also think Harvey's version is really a possibility, and that would seem more dangerous. What are the police saying to you about this person? Because obviously you have the name. Have you given it to police?
I gave it to police. They came to my house. They took a report. They took photos of everything. They weren't, I mean, at least the cop that came to my house was not taking it very seriously. He had a theory that someone was impersonating this person. I was like, what? Anyways, I don't feel like that went anywhere, but all I could do was say, like, look, there's all this forged paperwork. This is not my signature. So they filed it under identity theft.
Well, what do you do?
I mean, all of it sounds ridiculous. Why would somebody go through to that length to file a divorce in your name? You having all of your information and filing this again, outside of, jealousy, stalkerish, possessive personality, or somebody thinking that, somebody trying to do this in your defense, saying you being harmed by Adam, which both of those are very extreme. Why else would somebody do something this far? People call police, people get swatted, stuff like that. People will call wellness checks on you. That stuff happens in the realm of being a celebrity, I guess, which is still messed up, but it happens, right? But then to file legal paperwork in your name, like legit legal paperwork in your name with all your information, right? And then say, well, it wasn't me, but whoever did this has all my information, including my address, and file this whole bit in my name. That's wild work.
Doing, at a point, are you just kind of sitting back waiting for the next, bomb to drop, or can you do anything proactively to make it stop?
I'm gonna pursue the police again, and this person is out of state, so I'm also gonna have to pursue in another state.
How convenient.
Yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch.
The person that did this isn't even in the state of, I guess you're in California, right? So now you got to go through extra steps to try to get some kind of accountability to this person because they're not even around for you to see them face to face, huh? Wow.
Want them to sort of be, if it's the catfish thing, to be woken up and realize like they've never actually spoken to me and they're not helping me.
So I get that someone else filed this, but then right after that, Adam posted something going, freedom, and I'm available, ladies. So if you guys know it's not a divorce, why is he out there promoting himself as a single man?
Thank you. Thank you. Why would he do that? That whole thing makes it seem so suspicious, man. I mean, where's my Umar Johnson?
You don't find that suspicious?
So you mean to tell me that you're saying it was fake, but somehow Adam still went with it on his social media, right? Which further made everybody believe it was real. Can you explain that, Lena? Why would your husband, go with the lie if both of y'all apparently knew it was a lie?
So we were actually on set. We were doing a podcast, and right as the podcast finished, Adam looks at his phone. He goes, "TMZ says you're filing for divorce," and I have multiple texts from friends saying, like, "Are you okay?" So I don't know if something was already out there, but Adam was like, I guess just, let's just run with it because it's funny. And
You
don't find that suspicious?
That does not help your case, Lena. So instead of y'all going out in public and saying, this is unequivocally false, instead of doing that, y'all just said, let's just troll the people and just keep going with it. So at what point did you decide, okay, well, where was the line that says, okay, now I need to come out and tell people the truth? Because people have been going with it for like last 2 days, myself included. And now you say, no, that was false. No, sorry, guys, that wasn't real. Well, would you look at that? Now we all look like jackasses for reporting and saying it was real, right? Touche.
No, it's not true.
Next time, call us. Let us know it's fake.
Let us know.
I'll let you guys know. Yeah. And then if I actually ever file for divorce, I guess this is going to be.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the Working Man podcast looks like a complete jerk.
Yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch.
I reported on it saying it was real. Apparently it was not. But it's still the story that she's going by of it being fake sounds almost as fraudulent as the story itself. I don't know what's going on here, but for not journalistic, but YouTubeistic integrity, okay, for journalistic integrity, I have to come back and say that this is not real because, well, it indeed was not. So there's that. They're not getting divorced. It was a hoax. Somebody allegedly filed for divorce in her name. Adam apparently went with it once he saw it, and now she's coming out and saying, no, it's not real. There you are. I guess we'll report on the next update, right? With that being said, Thank you for attending another episode of the Working Man Podcast. I am your host, Nicholas J. Fury. Let me know what you think about all this foolishness down in the comment section. And please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, add the notification bell. We're out of the door. And hey, Nick Fury, remember this, yo. Reality checks are free. See you next time.